And so you spend the time, you pay the taxes, and it's current. And some of you will want to refinance and take money out first. Some of you, you're current. You have audited financials. Costs you $20,000 to do some audited financials, and then you flip it. You can turn this into a flipping operation. When you buy something right, like 0.7, I won't say you can't fuck it up, because you can't, but you can hardly, it's almost impossible to fuck it up when you buy it that cheap. But I've seen in 50 years, so you don't fuck it up, and then you restructure it, and you flip it for 5 times the money. And although it's not part of the holding company now, but you put $4 or $5 million in your pocket on the short term. And some people do that. But you got to get your willy wet first, once. Okay? So buy something. But I mean, she's absolutely correct. And you can also do that when you do 100% owner finance. In the recapitalization, you can restructure it, and when you make a real great purchase, you can flip it out 3, 4, 5 times your money. I mean, this thing has got bells and whistles like you wouldn't believe. And I'm sure when you're listening to one of the boys' podcasts on the way home, and they teach all this shit. And it really isn't. It isn't real sophisticated. It just isn't. But when your dream team, if you tell your dream team, I'm open to any suggestions in a short or intermediate term, even though this is our exit out here, short or intermediate term, that we can put $4, $5, $8 million in our pockets collectively. Let's do it. You see how fucking creative they get. You'll see. You'll all of a sudden be thankful they got 200 years experience. But you heard when Chris was talking about the guy wanting to shove him out, and the CFO. I mean, and it happens. But he pulled the trigger, and he tossed these other guys out, and so he did well. But he reiterated a number of points that we've already covered. But you are at risk. Okay, the deals are easy. Self-finance is easy, meaning seller finance. Pushing out the payments a lot easier than you ever thought, if the seller's motivated. If the seller's not motivated, you're pissing in the wind. But not the most, but one of the most crucial aspects was the seller then introed him to 2 other sellers for businesses that were 2, 3 times larger. And the mental stigma he had, well, I can only do $1 million business. And then, of course, that blows the ceiling off the $1 million business. And now, he's doing great. Yes, sir.
Is it good to go to like a conference where all these business owners are there?
Well, that's part of the sales funnel. Okay, the American Chiropractic Association, the American, the European Veterinary Association, the American Dental Association, the Asian Dental Association have all these conferences, and a couple of the guys have booths at these. Like the no money down house flippers. We buy houses now, cash, blah, blah, blah. They have booths at these associations. And you have a picture of your dream team in the back of the booth. We've done $11.5 billion.
You want to put you out of business?
No, yeah. We have $11.5 billion in deals, 175 years of experience, and 321 transactions. And then they They come like,
Willing in you.
yeah, they come like feeding at a trough. They come feeding at a trough. And speaking of feeding at a trough, we know all this. We know all this. Let's cut to the, okay. Start up, cash out, repeat. And instead of you snorting the cocaine that you do in a line. Oh, by the way, there's people in the EU that are suing, in Britain, suing the people that make the pound notes or the 5-pound notes that are plastic, because now when they snort the cocaine, the plastic bill cuts their nose. Cuts their nose. And so now they're suing the Bank of England.
No way.
Yep, they're suing the Bank of England to go back to the paper 5-pound notes that you didn't cut your nose by. You know how when you snort the line, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, of course you do. Yo, yeah, okay. But I just thought of that. But instead of snorting the cocaine and cutting your nose with the new 5-pound notes that got the Queen on them, this is what I want you snorting here. Getting out the trough. Remember, money's dirty. Money, all those things that we went through. But now, I'm not saying that money is clean, but money is good, whether it's dirty or clean. But I mean, you start it and you cash out, and start up again and you cash out, and they're easy to fund, guys. They just are. Any questions from anybody about anything? Remember, the 6 is now 5. The 6:30 is now 5:30, and then whiskey tasting. The girls can go to whiskey tasting, but they're not going to teach you how to put your skirt on. Maybe some of the guys, after they're drunk, they might try to teach you how to put their skirt on. But any questions about anything? Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Goomba, what do you want?
In case of a crisis.
In a crisis.
Yes, like 2008, right? So you say in case of a crisis, we are more motivated to sell.
Correct.
Yes, definitely true. But also the bank lend far less.
No, yeah, but no, the bank, no. Remember, the interest rates have been low for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Myth. Okay. The banks may want 2.5, 3 times cash flow to debt service, but they're still lending. But everybody gets scared, and they don't go to the banker. And if you don't go to the banker and you don't ask her, guess what? You don't get her. Okay. We always got one in the group, believe me. Yeah.
So in this case, you just tell the seller, hey, you gotta drop your price more.
Well, yeah, yes, but their prices are, I mean, you guys weren't trying to buy businesses in 2008, 9, and 10 probably. But I mean, the prices cratered anyway. If you were asking $25 million for a business, now you're asking $6 million. So I mean, but then you're still doing an embarrassingly low offer. You can start, now that you know this, you can start. Now the guys that are buying these companies for $1, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that they could have squeezed some money out of I need 50 grand working capital. And then the working capital that he thought he had, 40 grand, there was only 28 grand because she paid herself a dividend. That happens all the time. I'll leave the money in, don't worry, I'll leave the money in the account. And then when you take over the account, part of it's gone.
Can you find them in the...
Oh, yes, you can. You can. We, in the boilerplates and stuff, send letters to the bank. The transfer of the business is going to be on such and such a day. There should be $107,000, 25 cents in non-interest-bearing account, and you let them know. Because once you put the bank on notice, and then if they let it fuck up, then, it's the bank's liable. And writing a letter to a bank will freeze money like that. And then having a lawyer write a letter to a bank, it frees money like that. Because they want to, avoid problems. And but if the lawyer asks you 25 grand to write the letter, well then, go online and get some shitbag guy to do it for $500 or $20 or the But I'm not wishing a depression or recession on the world, but that'll be better for us. That'll be better for us, and with the yes, sir.
That would delay our exit, right? So
What?
It'll delay our exit.
Well, it may or may not. Big strategic companies were buying companies during those 10-year period. The big pharmas, the big telcos, did they stop doing business? No. Only the little shitbags stopped doing business because they were afraid. Did Warren Buffett stop doing business? Did Microsoft stop doing it? Did Amazon? No, nobody, except the little shitbags. They stopped doing business because they, for all the reasons that we talked about, they're afraid. They're afraid. But now you're going to be warriors, almost. You're going to be warriors, and you're going to go out there. Any other questions? Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.